All right, this is Jupiter Exile here for a limited time only to get in a quick Elden Ring stream before I am out for Dungeons and Dragons later today. So, when we last left off, we were in utter despair regarding this here boss fight. But I have checked into some more options, and I believe I now have theoretically the strat. So we're gonna get that ready to go. I need to go to a site of grace so that I can prep this. And this is a kind of a cheese strat that I found online for it. It's not fully cheesy. We need to make sure the stream's running. Get back to the game. Oh, I put the wrong thing up. Main screen. Okay, yeah. Okay. Ah. So we're gonna make a couple quick alterations, and what's cheesy about this essentially is we're just gonna use Hoarfrost Stomp, and we can actually continue to use either standard or heavy scaling. I think heavy's better so long as we have the Star Scourge amulet equipped. And the other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna reallocate a couple of flasks so that our cerulean flask is no longer useless. Which means also that we need to put the cerulean flask back on the bar. So the game plan here is we're going to kill him with this weapon skill because the amount of damage it inflicts to a target that large is actually unruly. And if we're able to accomplish this properly, we're going to be able to just skip phases on the boss. That's how substantial the damage can be from this. I've seen this done by other people. I don't know what else they might have had to do with their build to enable this. So we're going to try it out and see if we need to make further adjustments.
But now.
Yada da 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 da. For all I know, they were actually making use of like a specific physic that I don't have or something like that. So we're gonna take a look around. I don't know if there's a physic that's specific to ice damage, but if there is, we might need to get it. Whoops, that was a misclick. That's right. Ice is not Ice is not its own damage type. Ice is magic, so we might need to adjust for that. Yeah, so the basic game plan is we need to get in here, and once we close the gap with Radon, we just spam Hoarfrost Stomp using the Cerulean Flask as necessary to restore our FP. Until he gives up and decides to die, basically. We still have to dodge a few attacks along the way. Alright. So we lost our shield for this fight. And this is a horseless strat. Yup, I'm back on this horse. So we need to try and be alive near him, and ideally we want to bait out the leap attack or the six strikes, and use that as our opportunity to start just murdering this guy. And hopefully it'll work, because I am really tired of dealing with this boss and his kind of gimmicky mechanics. All of course at the same time. Dodge that from sheer luck. killed there. We dealt about 400 damage by virtue of the attack before we got killed that. And I believe the way the damage spikes on this is every other use will be more damage. Basically, though, our big plan here is if we force him into a phase transition, we spam this during his phase transitions. We have to dodge the phase transition attacks, but we can mostly kill him while he's performing those transitions if we get all the stats right. Which is what makes me think I might need more stats. I'm going to try this once more, and then I'm going to change out to the magic damage boosting physic, because I think I might actually need that in order for the damage to be high enough. And we'll see if that's compatible with Frost. I suspect it probably works with Hoarfrost Stomp, because I'm guessing Hoarfrost Stomp is a magic damage attack. Okay. Okay, I messed up that dodge. I know how that attack works. I just haven't seen it in a bit. Let me actually change that flask, though. I think I really need to be doing extra magic damage for this to work correctly. Pop back to the Site of Grace. We'll adjust the physic. And I have no idea what this actually scales with in terms of the weapon art. I really don't know. But I think I can be confident that the physic will scale it up. So we're going to change out the Spike Cracked tier for the Magic Shrouding Cracked tier. Boosts magic attacks in mixed physic. So we'll just check and see if our attack damage comes out as higher than about 400 when we hit him with this effect.
Champions, welcome.
Having seen a clip of how this effect works and the amount of damage it does to the boss when done correctly, it's on the level that I think FromSoft is going to nerf this.
Before we begin,
It's not unheard of for them to nerf some things about various builds. For instance, in Dark Souls 3, at the baseline of the game, Bleed and Carthus Rouge was determined to be too effective, and they actually nerfed that power in some future patches. I loosely understand that in some games they've also like nerfed boss damage or made adjustments to that, but I think that is rarer for them to do than actually adjusting some player side capabilities. Naturally, because if a boss is problematic, you fight that boss for a small amount of your playthrough. If something that player has access to is problematic, they're going to play that the whole time. Now, another thing about this is I think this ability actually has more range than I'm giving it credit for. So we'll see how that plays out. I think I need to be using it from further back in a lot of cases. Oh, he did another. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah, so that 1258 is about what we're looking for. It's like every other or every third Hoarfrost Stomp, we're going to proc the Frost effect on him and do something like that. So the boss is not entirely trivialized, but now we have a really ridiculous way of inflicting damage on him. And a lot of why this works is because of his size. I'm going to demonstrate real quick. Hoarfrost Stomp looks like this, and then it shatters in that line. So it does a lot of damage and is very effective on this boss because he's big enough for all parts of the attack to hit him. I think there are some other bosses that are large enough that this might be viable, but this guy's a standout. Also, this is a boss that, you know, everybody's kind of hunting for cheese strats on because fighting him ordinarily is kind of a pain. He just has a very strong tendency of one-shotting you. Which seems to happen quite a bit in Elden Ring. There's a lot of angry boys here. This is the 6 swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Phase change. I'm supposed to be behind him for this, so that's on me. Yeah, so I was in the wrong spot for the phase transition because I'm supposed to... From the position I was in, I can't utilize his attacks as openings. But you see there, we knocked him to phase 3. With a couple clumsy attacks during the phase transition, we knocked him into phase 3. We need to knock him healthily into phase 3. And once he is healthily into phase 3, and he actually performs the phase 3 transition, when he comes in from that, we kill him. That's the game plan. So we only really have to fight part of phase 1 horseless, and then afterwards, we should be able to kind of roll through the rest of the fight. Oh. Okay. He has not done arrow rain. It took him a really long time to decide to do arrow rain. I'm gonna have to loop around him a bit longer. I might die. Okay, didn't get killed by arrow rain. Okay, I messed up a dodge there. It's basically after we land about the 3rd Hoarfrost stop, he will be under the frozen condition. That also slows down his attacks and will change up his attack timings a little bit. But it's going to give me more opportunities to like crunch in for more damage, more time to figure out how I need to respond to things. And from there, we should be able to just rattle him down. Okay, we lose the damage shell for this fight. Almost just died. Okay, he went straight for the down chop, and that'll get me in that circumstance with the approach that I took. If I still had the damage shell, I could have just traded with that, and I'd be fine with that. Because I don't need to hit him very much to get through this fight. It looks like because of how well this does damage, I probably only need 1 drink of the Flask of Cerulean Tears, which is pretty cool. Ouch. Okay, no damage shell for us. 6 slashes. Okay, I was very close. I just didn't get through that roll correctly. If I'd gotten through that roll correctly and gotten behind him, I think that's basically the fight. Also, I need to be going in on 6 slashes and not out. If I'm going in on 6 slashes, I can get an utterly unreasonable amount of damage. And I had that correct yesterday with regards to going in on 6 slashes. So I just need to, you know, remember it. There we go. I got the horse dodge right. Line up here. Okay, I got that to whiff. Cool. Oh, he's already in phase? I wasn't ready for that. Yeah, I was not ready for him. Okay, so it's actually only 2 hits to make the phase transition happen. I didn't realize. I think there's a little bit of randomness in terms of how much damage he's going to take from it. But basically, yeah, it's 1 proc is what we're looking for. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I really need to be able to run behind him when he's performing that transition. It's always interesting to implement these, like, very regimented and routed strats to beat a boss. Because you absolutely cannot be leaning on reflex for the way you try to accomplish these things. There's his phase shift. And you can see his health is, like, immensely, absurdly low. Okay, he actually decided to do a couple of attacks before pulling out meteors. And there's his meteor grab. So if he pulls out meteors first thing, we kill him when he pulls out meteors. And if he doesn't do it first thing, we just need to dodge like 1 or 2 attacks before he'll decide to do it. It doesn't cover a lot of space when he does it. I think it's actually maybe possible to kill him before he formally transitions to phase 3. Because we're just hitting him really, really hard with this effect. He actually decided to, like, lurk in phase 2 for a while and made me pretty, actually, no, he was lurking in phase 1, and it was making me pretty uncomfortable. I think he's one of those bosses where he's got his, like, earliest possible transition, and his AI tells him, like, harder and harder to go for the transition when his health gets lower. Okay, no damage shell this time. Yeah. I knew it was risky going for the second stomp. I should have just taken the first stomp and taken a moment. When I lose the damage shell on the way in, it's a much, much more difficult fight. I gotta say though, now I'm actually excited for the fight. Like, I'm having a lot more fun now that I have a strat that can actually kill him. As opposed to, like, a 10-minute slog to get clowned by failing to dodge a single attack. I think what's part of what's funny about this is a lot of people I've seen complaining about this boss, even casually. And casually they complain that, like, the boss is super one-shotty, and that's not very fun. Okay, the terrain, like, went away. Phase transition. And there's the next phase transition, and we need to recover. Okay, I got killed by the fire on the way in. I have difficulty understanding where the meteor crash hitbox actually is, because it's not quite as big as it looks. Yeah. It's really nice to actually see his health bar freaking melt. I think the barrier between victory and loss here is really that we just need to keep this damage shell up until the clutch parts of the fight, because I really don't want to see it during this arrow part. So you know what? I'm actually going to... no, I need to drink the flask early because I need the damage boost. Dang it. I didn't drink it on the way in. It's my mistake. Okay. We'll drink it here. Okay, we go in on this. That's phase transition, but he pivoted with me. I might have been able to run out of that, but if I was going to dodge it, I needed better timing. His, like, clapping the swords together is an animation he doesn't have as part of his attacks, so it's very easy for me to get kind of spooked by it. Okay, I think I'm going to do that again, where I finish the bow section before I drink the physic. Yeah. Before I drink my buff pot. Oh, I thought that dodge might have been early. Yeah. Behind the dunes, drink. 6 slashes. 1, 2. Stomp. Okay, he decided not to do his classic follow-up on that. He didn't do the slam. And I'm not sure why he didn't do that, but it certainly threw me for a loop. I also took a hit from one of the 6 slashes, which is no good. I was not far enough behind him to avoid that. But yeah, I basically, after his 1-2, I can get in 1 stomp. And then the 3-4, I need to move again to avoid. And the 5-6, I think I actually need to move again, which is what I failed to do. Oh, whoops. Missed a dodge. The 6th and 7th hit of the 6 slashes actually hit pretty far behind him. So that's something we definitely got to watch out for. I've got another hour and a half to work at this and make it happen. Afterwards, I am out of here. That was a bad one. Hey, missed a dodge. That's all right. Slurp. Okay, missed another dodge. Can't miss 2 dodges. Can't do that. Gotta say, I'm a little perplexed that he's not choosing to do the gravitic slam in front of him. I thought that was just based on my proximity to him. I didn't think that was actually based on being in front of him. I've seen him throw out that move while I'm behind him so many times, but now he's just not in the mood. But hey, we're getting there. This is so much better. Got him in phase 3 multiple times within half an hour. Previously, it would take half an hour just for me to make, like, 3 attempts on the guy. Okay. I do not like that. That one will get me. As a side note, I don't think this is actually strength scaling. So let's see, that's up to, it's only 4 extra FP. That's percentile based, so it's kind of junky. Potency of incantations doesn't matter. Okay. This is probably the best setup we can do. I think the, this charm that reduces FP costs of weapon skills is probably a really good addition to this setup. So I think I've seen other people do it, and they need to drink from the flask multiple times. The cerulean flask, that is. Okay, I took a hit there. He's being real moody. Okay, that is... I had no idea that hitbox could be that delayed. That got really weird. But he decided to do quick chops like 4 times, and I'm really not about that. Well, his quick chops... His quick chops are still absurdly delayed chops. It's a little bit better than his, like, slidey, spinny thingamajig that always hits me. Like, his slidey, spinny get-off-me move just hits everywhere. Like, absolutely everywhere. It's a move that I swear is designed just to punish you for not, like, playing the fight in the intended on-horseback way. And that's super lame. Like, it's hard enough already to avoid what he's got in melee without him having some of these, like, brutal attacks that hit everywhere several times. But, you know, he's got them. Take a quick sip. Okay. He doesn't do that too often, but that's one of his, like, get-off-me attacks that I actually think is on the fairer side. Okay, note to self, that's not safe. I wasn't sure if it could be. I think with that double slam, he only has a follow-up if you're still in front of him, which is a circumstance I haven't seen before, because I'm never in front of him in close range after that slash. So I thought I could get in some more. But I guess not. Yeah, slow frontal double sweep is also really, really annoying. It's beatable, but... So I'm certain the game is going to have some other hard bosses, but I'm really hoping they aren't kind of like this guy. So part of how SL1 is fun in the other Dark Souls games is that there's still a good degree of fairness. Come on, drink it. Okay, that's bad for me. I need to get behind him. So again, he decided not to do the forward slam. I have no idea why I'm not getting that attack anymore. The first couple of times I tried this, he was more than willing to do that attack. And now it's just not happening. But I really need that attack to happen to give me the proper amount of time to murder him. Rather, if that attack doesn't happen, I'm dealing with a protracted first phase, and the first phase is the worst part. For this strat, anyway. Ugh. Yeah, as it's happening, I'm pretty much gonna lose my, my damage shield the first time he decides to do, like a whirling get-off-me cut. Oh. It's not like the end of the world. It's still a valid attack for me to manage to avoid. He's going to wait to the last possible moment before using arrow rain, so we have to go the long way around. finally phase transitioned. I was really at a loss. I'm like, why are you still here? Oh, that's terrible. And the next attack he did was the one I exploit to kill him. Because when he's doing that animation, I can stomp him like 3 or 4 times, which should be enough to win. Ah, I was one dodge away. One dodge away. Okay, so basically there's a decent bit of uncertainty in the later parts of the fight. I think this particular stratagem is going to have a lot of critics because you melt the boss super fast. And I think what's going to define whether or not this is like considered okay by the community is how many other bosses is this viable for? Does this trivialize other things? Is it strong enough that it's first order optimal on like several fights, or is it just here because this guy is a giant man? Please no. I'm not supposed to take that smash, but if it happens, all right. Okay, a lot of weird things happened there. He delayed his transition super long, which threw me for a loop. I also was still on the Wondrous Physic when I was trying to refill my health, so I failed to heal properly. I should not have been thinking about my health, actually. I should have just been wailing into him more. Because he's only going to make one attack. He's only going to do one attack that I can survive, and that's the pull-in. So if I get hit by it, I need to just ignore the fact that I've been hit and truck on through. Because I can't waste my DPS time, and I can't divert my my focus off of avoiding attacks. I think it's gotten to be pretty clear after attempting this several times, is that usually in phase 2, he's still gonna want to fight. Like, he still wants to throw down. His phase transition to phase 3 is not that high a priority for him. Okay, so that was some very weird buffering that happened there. So it buffered a series of actions after the dismount, but didn't give me the leaping dismount because I was not moving. So it gave me the slow dismount, and then also, like, buffered in a few things. And I was just not able to do what I needed to do. Just want to figure this guy out. Put him to bed. Let's go. I might want to take the actual healing physic off the bar for this fight. I don't think there's a fight outcome where I heal and it's a good idea. Except this, actually. There we go. That's the one. Okay, that'll kill me. It's a bit of a quick transition between things. I missed one of my stomps because he was, like, riding around, and the stomp is not going to follow him on that. tracking's not that good. Let's see. So, when he's doing the multiples, the zigzag chop, I can punish the zigzag chop. But there was another move he used there right before the end, and I died because I tried to punish it and I didn't have the time. Because he immediately responded and killed me. It wasn't the upward chop. I know the upward chop I can punish. Pretty sure. Is it the upward chop that he did before he killed me? There we go. Okay, I dodged too early because he got he actually got affected. Yeah, he got affected by frostbite on the first stomp, and it slowed down his attack. That's pretty unusual. Also, my dodge direction was incorrect. I should be dodging a little more to the left for that particular attack. Oops. That's an early switch for him, and I got my my invuln shield just trolled out just now. Awesome. He put the bow away a lot sooner there. I don't really know why. I do not want to have him putting out the bow while I'm still being chased by the arrow rain. I think I just got close enough to him that he's like, yeah, it's melee time. My trajectory towards him on the run-up is not that regimented. I kind of go by ear for that bit, because it usually works. Oh, I think I know why. He fired 4 dark shots. I dodged too early, used my shield. Okay. Phase 3, okay. Whew. No damage shield available. Fire killed me. So the fire wave comes out a little bit after he actually hits the floor. That's something I need to recognize. I'm dodging his impact. I need to dodge the shockwave that comes after his impact, I guess. I have no idea where the hitbox for that attack actually is. I would really love to have the damage shield last to that point. It's just very difficult. There's a lot of stuff that can happen along the way. I don't want my damage shield to be knocked off in his arrow phase, for sure. That's a super bad sign. Okay, yeah, there we go. It was refusing to lock onto him for a bit. And I dodged too early. Great. That dodge was also way too early. And that was also way too early. I'm antsy. I didn't think I'd had that much caffeine this morning, but I think I'm just stressed fighting this dude. It's really throwing me off. Okay, I apparently missed the horse dodge according to the game. Take the behind the dune approach. Okay, can't lock onto the boss, that would be too easy. Get out of the way, Alexander. I need to see. Okay, my dodge direction got changed by the camera, so it didn't dodge behind him because the camera pivoted at the last minute before my input, which is a really lame way to die. Now, I did wind up in front of him for the phase transition, which is unfortunate. That's not what I want. I didn't recognize the phase transition in time to pivot behind him. I did get him to perform both of his attacks, but I did not get enough stomps during that transition either way. Even if I didn't die, I was behind the ball on the damage. Okay, there's like the most tenuous thing, is that stupid horse dodge on the way in. Phase 3. And I still have the shield. And the shield is necessary to protect me from the fire. I think I'm too far away. Dang it. Yeah, I was too far away on his big phase 3 setup. So I didn't hit him with the meaty parts of the attack. Otherwise, he'd be dead. Yeah, for all that this strat is cheesy, it's still reasonably difficult to execute, I think. It is reasonably difficult to execute for where this boss is in the game. Because this is not the end game boss. This is not like DLC content we're talking about. Like, this guy is not Twin Princes, so I kind of object to him being as hard as he is. I think this fight is meant to be the Yorm of Elden Ring. Which is probably why I'm so ticked off about him being hard. And when I fought Yorm in Dark Souls 3, I was not going to restrict myself that hard. I'm going to use the Storm Ruler on him. People who are really hardcore, they don't want to use the Storm Ruler on Yorm. And, like, just... that's just not... it's just crazy. It's not even fun to do. It's kind of like people who have killed some of the bosses in Dark Souls 2 with a ladle. It's like, alright, that's kind of above and beyond. It's you're like cutting over from challenging to tedious. Oh, come on. If I ever run this game again, SL1, I'm gonna beat him without summoning this time. And any future run, I don't care what restrictions I'm doing for the rest of the run, I'm gonna summon goons for Radahn. I only feel that I need to beat him without summons once to feel good about it. After this, every other time we're throwing summons at this dude, and using Hoarfrost Stomp. And probably bows. Maybe magic. Just the kitchen sink at him. So dumb with this guy. That hit me? Wow. Yeah, thankfully that doesn't hurt with him taking that trip up. Okay, I did take a minor hit, and that removed my, This time, I'm just gonna give his landing a wide berth. Die, be dead. Ugh. There's a different timing on that stuff for him having the gravity swords. It takes him longer to perform some of those attacks. I got the timing wrong. And that sliver of health is still like 200 health, so it's not like I can hit him with another thing to put him over the edge. I needed to hit him with another stomp. So that's probably on me for dilly-dallying on his third phase. I don't know where the active hitboxes are, if any, on his attack that pulls up the meteors. Come on. Don't die. Alright. Okay, no shield. Yeah, slow version of that attack got me. The forward, like, just slam, if I can dodge that, that's really punishable. It's just a really short telegraph. There's an audio on it, but a lot of his audio is kind of the same. And it's hard to make out the upper half of his body. I do appreciate that they've got clutter in the field specifically for blocking these ranged attacks. I mean, I would love to run straight at him just using cover if he were polite enough to not use the arrow rain. Whoops, wrong button. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ouch. Oh, okay, that does also have a hitbox on pulling the blades out of the ground. Has a hitbox on the slam down and the pull up. Then he's going to do the gravity shout. And sometimes, if he's feeling nice, he'll do the gravity slam, but not always. Right. That's on me. That one is on me. So, for the bosses that I get stuck on for a couple of hours, I always have a tragic loss with the boss at 5% or less health before I kill the boss. It's pretty reliable. All the Bloodborne streams on, like, Ebrietas, on Maria, on what's his face? Orphan of Kos. All of those bosses, I had, like, heartbreaking attempts before I managed it. That'll break my shield. I misread what that attack was. I thought he was going to do double slams instead of double sweeps. Slow double sweep is a move he doesn't do that often. You have to be in, like, this weird sweet spot for him to use that move. Because if you're directly on top of him, he doesn't like to use it. And if you're far away, he doesn't like to use it. He only wants to use it at a sort of mid-range where you're in a frontal arc. Oh, why it's set up that way, but it is. Yeah, very specific boss behaviors. Oh man, I don't know if anybody else watches Highlight Reel, but the highlight reel for this week was only Elden Ring, and they had some pretty good ones. Okay, I accidentally broke the thing in the jig that was supposed to protect me. I dodged into that. He was being fussy with me, I would say. He was galloping out of the brunt of my Hoarfrost Stomp, so I couldn't get the second hit on him. And it really is just 2 hits with the stupid Stomp to get him into phase 2. I think all said and done, we probably only need to hit him with Hoarfrost Stomp like 10 times, probably. Give or take. which is way better than the other strats I had. That's the right way to do that. Okay, so that's the proper way of managing that phase. Pretty much the best way. Goodbye. That's the fight. Hate that boss. Not a fan. I love his aesthetic. Just make him a little bigger. He should not do as much damage. And honestly, if you get knocked off the horse, please let me recover a little faster. Maybe like there are some attacks that boss has that he fires off and works with like they're harassers, but they're lethal. And it's not just lethal to me at SL1. They're like everybody online's like, why is this a one-shot attack? It's crazy. Those phase 3 meteors that just one-shot you, if he's gonna have those, put some pillars in the arena, seriously. Or like more pillars. There's a couple pillars way in the back. Oh boy. We caused some problems. All right. I got a full another hour to groove, so we're gonna keep checking it out. Oh, the rains are falling here again. 70,000 runes. Hey, bud, what's up?
Ah, good. What a sick way to fight, eh? The glory of the clash is shared. And the falling star. I can't fathom how Radahn was holding back. He was a living legend, if ever. The path is now to Nokra. Ranis, let's meet where the falling star be. We'll take up our souls once more.
Ah, I see. So that's part of how Ronnie's story continues, is a friggin' falling star has come down. Oh, I can't actually travel by grace either. Touch this grace. But they don't want me to teleport out of this area until now. Okay, now I can.
Hello. It was a battle marvelously fought. I, on the other hand, one hit was all it took to crack me, and for my insides to come after that. And as such.
Aw.
But don't you, as luck would have it, there's a veritable mountain of warriors.
He actually is cracked.
If I can just squeeze this bunch down inside me, and you know, the bodies, who could expect any less from the very warriors who fought in the Shank? Just you wait.
So that's how warrior jars work? They become warriors because they get full of warriors.
Just you wait.
All right, well that's something.
Let's meet where the falling star will go into. My only purpose is to fight for Ranis. The curtain's rising.
Huh. So there's a teleporter here to go back, but I know there was a door on the far side of this arena. So let's see what we get out of that. I think I should be able to retire the Flask of Cerulean Tears for a while, because no boss is going to require that much punishment from Hoarfrost Stomp. Damn. Man, this door is so distant, it's like outside of the draw distance. if I hadn't come down here kind of in desperation during the fight, I would absolutely have overlooked this. Oh, you know, actually, never mind. There's a guy pointing towards it. This has got to be a dungeon. So if it's a dungeon, I'll probably just activate it so I can come back here later, and then I'll go back to the Round Table Hold to spend runes. Let's see, what is this place called? The War Dead Catacombs. So the fact that this is gated behind a particularly challenging boss tells me that whatever you loot out of here is probably substantial. Worth keeping in mind. But first we're going back to the Round Table Hold. And then I am going to go chat with somebody. A couple people, actually. Oh, Round Table Hold is dark again. We're being invaded. Who's after us now? No? Oh, okay. Then what has caught me then is that some people have left the center room. Because D is not here. Neither is the cleric, but we expected that. He said he was leaving, so... So I can buy Radahn's spear, which are great arrows. I can buy some things about Radahn's outfit. Neat. And let's see. As for his remembrance, you can get either the Star Scourge Greatsword, which is listed as a colossal sword, or you can get the Lion's Greatbow, which has the Radahn's Rain skill. This has the Starcaller Cry skill. Bring the two swords together. You actually, it is, so these are set up to be dual wielded. You'd have to get two of them. Okay. But we're not getting a an extra talisman pouch from that. So the next talisman pouch is linked to something else. Let's see. Ah, this door is now open. Closed for a long friggin' time. And we have a dead guy back here. Oh, it's D. D's bell bearing. So, who are you?
Finally, it is the stolen Hallowbrand. And now, though I ask you to leave, I am fear. Hark round table. Disturb not the death of Godwyn, the exalted. We live in waiting. What right does our Lord will rise?
Interesting. Sophia saw to his death by returning him the dagger? I gave him the dagger and she killed him. That is what we know about this. And she's not returned here, so I can't really talk to her about it. Suppose there was some lingering enmity between the deathbed companion. Right. So I could upgrade this further. That's an option. I think the Bloodhound's Fang is going to continue to be a real standout for my everyday killing. The Sacred Battle Hammer, I think I'm going to keep pumping this up. Okay. So that's up to plus 11 off of my smithing stone 4s. Let's pass off these bell bearing and buy some additional smithing stones. So that's all, basically all our money's for at this point. Just dump it into stuff. I see. Yeah. So we can still purchase what he had now that he's dead. It's pretty typical. We can buy explosive stones now. That's new. And we can buy the 3s and the 4s. Buy a good 12 of these. A couple of those. Another 12 of those. And one of those. That's enough things to get a couple other weapons leveled up, so we can keep experimenting. Let's see. Now, I do appreciate not being locked on all my talisman slots. Okay, so there's a couple things to do. I need to find out where that falling star actually landed. Part of me is suspecting that it's landed in Limgrave. We don't get to see from the map where it's shown up. I want to talk again to the gal in the cellar here, because the actual quest chain had me talk to her, and she told me to go fight Radahn. So I'm going to see if she has something new. It's possible that Ranni is also awake now, so we may need to follow up on that. I think this whole Nokron thing is a side quest, as far as I'm aware. It's HP and FP loss on Madness. It's like super bleed, I guess. Oh, game just crashed. Huh. I'm going to try that again. Is the game updating? Nope. All right, let me launch that again. Now, it crashed on teleporting over to a location that's theoretically changed up a bit. I don't know. Looks like only 9.9% of players in Elden Ring have taken down Radahn, which I'm not surprised by. That dude was tough and obnoxious. The manner that I used to beat him was very unintuitive, so I would not be surprised if other people are struggling to figure out some kind of kill. All right, let's see where this drops me on continue. I'd wager that most people who are beating down Radahn are doing so by virtue of the summons that are available. It does seem like a mix of summons, archery, and mounted combat can get you pretty far against him. I think the trick here is that his third phase is really, really nasty. Okay, so we did load in at the Waypoint Ruins.
There you are. Shall we commence the
Okay, she doesn't have anything else to talk about right now. So let me poke my head above ground, and I want to see if we can just see... Oh, wow, there's an item up there. Oh, yeah, that looks like something. Got a giant friggin' hole in the ground. Where does this actually show up? Let's see. Looks like we're south of the Mistwood a bit. Woo! Rushing water. I did not expect this. Try hole. It looks like we have a more gradual descent over here. A few different message appraisals. Where am I picking these up, I wonder? Try left and then grace. Try trap, therefore up. Don't give up skeleton. Beats me. This is the one I think was most interesting over in the Black Knife Catacombs. It's very difficult to understand what to do in that segment. So that's the message I feel is like most valid. It's legitimately telling people like what they can do. Yeah, all right. So some people are saying jumps, people are saying don't jump. I should probably actually be looking in Siofra, right? Oh no, I see. There's a... It goes further down over on the other side, doesn't it? Yeah, that looks like a way down. So for somebody approaching here, the proper message would be something like... There we go. Handy little message. Huh. Lots of people dying here. Good luck. Running ahead. I'm not going to Pocahontas on in. This one here is a good message. It's pretty difficult to see this spot to jump down to without that message. Oh, we have a horseless section. I would not be surprised to get invaded by some NPC who is trying to stop Rani. Even though I don't understand what Rani is trying to accomplish. Looks like we jump down here. There's an optional thing because we need to jump down here. Soporific grease. Sleeping grease. So... that is something I haven't tried to make use of in the game, is the sleep status that is apparently available. Alright, so this puts us in Nokron. I see the construction here looks very much the same as Raya Lucaria. So we can go straight, and that looks pretty straightforward. There's a question of, can we make this jump? And I don't really think we can without a horse. I might come back and try that later, but I haven't found any grace here, so looking at quite a lot of setback. I don't like you. I'm just going to move right along. Okay, they can, they're stabby too. Oh boy. Me? Little rune arc. This is probably a safe fall. Silver Tear Husk. Okay. So I would wager then that these creatures are Silver Tears. Decent butterfly. I thought Blade was supposed to meet me over here. Smithing stone 5, okay. That's always a good indicator of whether or not you should be somewhere, is if the smithing stones are something you've already found and dealt with, like, you're good to proceed. If not, maybe think about what you're doing. Oh. Silver tier husk, okay. So, I'm not sure, I don't think I can make that drop? No, I see. That's there because this is a makeable drop. This, like, slightly raised section. It's calling out for you to drop to that. Okay, I would not have been surprised if something tried to fall on me there. We're looking good. Okay, now, though, we have some creepy-looking sumbitches. Not a lot of health on you. That's good. Okay, they've got frostfire torches. And some of them have bows. So if we've got a risk of frost here, we're gonna put this shield back on our back. This gives us some increased robustness. Take you out real quick. Looks like the other one accidentally fell off. Messages over here? Why? Oh, yeah. Oof, sorry, buddy. Yep, I beat him. I finally got everything to line up. It was really just that I got a perfect phase transition. So when he got into phase 3, I was able to kill him during his phase 3 setup. It was all about that phase 2 positioning being correct. So after I beat him, a falling star fell down, and I was able to get into a new underground area because there's a giant hole over here now, which is pretty neat. I'm able to explore a new area. Very distinctly spooky music. Whoa. Don't be rude. Okay. I don't see an item over by him. Oh, actually, no. He's just standing next to some grave glovewort, which certain people care about. Oh, larval tier. Okay. Larval tier is for respecking. Something noteworthy about respecking. It's not very good when you don't have levels. By the by, I can replace this with something. Let's see. Pearl Drake +1. Probably pretty good. We'll hold on to that for now. Looks like the arrow shots from these guys are gonna have a significant non-physical component to their damage. So, let's make sure that doesn't get us. Great Shield Soldier Ashes. Some components. Smithing Stones. Okay, nothing else there. Yeah, looks like we can get quite a lot of glovewort down here. Is there anything in this central thing? Ow. Looks like I might need to have Kick at the ready again. This Great Shield guy is actually, like, messing me up. Ghost Glovewort Pickers Bell Bearing. Okay. That is basically the equivalent of the basic blacksmithing bell bearing. I'm assuming that in terms of those bell bearings, they might actually be set up so that when you find the location that you would get one, it gives them to you in sequence. So we're finding them like we found the 1 and the 2. It's possible you can't find the 2 without first finding the 1, or they will just replace, which is interesting. Didn't think so. A lot of these silver tier husks. We'll have to find out what these are good for. Phase the gorgeous view. That looks nice. Okay, if we have a boss fight up ahead, which it looks like we do, I would really appreciate a little more grace. Yeah, that was kind of predictable. I've been waiting for that to happen this entire time. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely a boss fight. I haven't come across Grace in a very long time. Looks like I'm under the purview of America Stake. Try behind. First off, behind. Okay, yeah. Let's grab this before we keep going. Rune Arc, not bad. Mimicry ahead, by the way, likely foe. Area of weak foe, rat ahead, behold pickle. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Is it the Royal Rat Authority? The giant slime? Is it a whole lot of giant slimes? Is it me? In my exact build? Oh my goodness, it's me. That's like the easiest fight I could ask for. I have no health, you goon. If I didn't have Hoarfrost Stomp equipped, this fight would be less than nothing. That's hilarious. And we get the silver tier mask out of that. That's really funny. Oh, greatly increases arcane to the detriment of physical attack power. Okay. I can't afford to lose physical attack power with this build, but that is +8 arcane. That's actually quite big. I have no idea how much less physical attack power is involved, but there's a lot of builds where that's a very powerful item. We want to fully rest here because my flasks are completely screwed. And I'm actually going to allocate back over like this. I still... Okay, I had enough for that. Cool. Also going to remix my physic. Alright, got another half hour to explore Nokron and take care of other tasks. There's not much else that is pressing other than checking this place out. Scarab ahead, therefore critical hit required. Doesn't look like the teleporting variety. What just swooped up behind me? Could have sworn I heard like a wing beat noise, like a bat coming after me or something. Oh, it was just eagles flying away. Okay. Whew. Sometimes you get paranoid playing this. Getting crunched 24/7 by, you know, whatever the heck else drops from the sky. Can't be good for you. Okay, so it looks like this is connecting back to the original area. So is this the wrong way? Did I take a fork? I think I might have taken a fork in the path at some point, but I'm not sure. Try jumping by the way bug. Alright. Ill-omened creature ahead. Dwelling arrows. Okay. Don't you dare. Yeah, this is a very bad idea to jump off of. So we've got a whole area over there that I haven't nearly explored. Nothing has sent me over there, which I guess is like well off in the freaking distance. It's like over here, so that's theoretically an area. All right. Checkpoint ahead, therefore try edge. Butterfly. Okay. These guys often give hints. Lord of Blood, your eminence, I beg you, grant me a seat at the table of the dynasty. Long live the Mogwin dynasty. Seems a lot of those entities seem to reference fealty or the like. I probably have to light this. I remember how that worked before. Okay, yeah, I see. There's a pathway up there. It's going to require me to light several of these waypoints. Haven't seen this setup before. It's a new type of these Viking guys. Also, these guys are not spectral, unlike the ones that were in the area below here. We've got another red wolf. The last time we saw a red wolf, it was a boss. But at that point, we were not able to be mounted, so a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Unfortunately, I'm looking for a Somber Stone 6 for the special weapon that I've actually been wielding. Excuse me. Oh, he is a caster, just like the boss. I'm gonna light this and try to avoid him for a bit. Drink. Okay, he got me. Bit of a bad roll there. But my goal here is not to kill this random wolf or whatever else. My goal is just to light these torches. I could have gone back and spent that 16k, but I'm not too concerned about it at this point. I've got some variety of weapons now, so it's less pressing for me to spend all these runes. Besides, I just dumped 70,000 into various preparations. That's a good choice of where to jump off. Okay. Looks like it's, what, two more? Two more. That one is still unlit. Nope, I lit that one. Ah, there's another ancient spirit here. jellyfish. I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm glad that nothing has, like, messed me up with a gigantic arrow from downtown yet. 'Cause every other time I've been hanging out with these Vikings, I have eaten some kind of arrow from downtown. Okay. Scarab managed to fade away on me. I should actually mark this place for having that scarab. I think I've been marking them like this. Okay, by my reckoning, we only need one more torch. So there's the wolf that killed us a bit ago. I'm actually going to go grab my runes, because I'm pretty sure I can grab this without pissing off the wolf. Okay, blue and red flask options if we wanted to restock, but we're fine. Okay, let's see. What have we missed? Already got that one. Looks like there's kind of a raised area up here. If I could find out a way up. Okay, I think we've ticked off the red wolf again. Yeah, he is not happy. Ah. Don't give me that. I'm, like, just holding down the B button with one hand. Okay, I think I need to jump over from this platform here. Oh, is this a new one? Yeah, this is a new Grace. Oh, what does this connect to? Let's check this out. Are we going inside? No? Going here? Or anything around the back? Yes, there is. Knight's Sacred Ground. Rejuvenating boluses. Okay. Heard a bit of a hiss and that made me kind of nervous. Okay. So we could probably jump over to here, or we could go down. Let's try this. I thought I saw an opening in one of these, so I guess not. So we're not getting a lot for this little detour, eh? Doesn't look like that leads anywhere new. Oh, that's good. I don't like it when paths just branch and branch and branch and branch. And you can't have any real idea of what's going on anymore. Pretty sure getting shot there robbed me of some vital momentum. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to try that stint again. I'm interested in what's over here. I need to go back there, though. So I'm definitely leaving something behind. Oh, wrong way. We're going back around the side. Cool. So that fork is not meaningful. Taking this hop. And then this one. And this one. And this one. Wow, she managed to get off shots in the middle of me pummeling her that were enough to take me out. That kind of sucks. Something tells me that if there is a substantial number of players around, these silver tiers might actually transform into nearby players, which would be super nasty if more people had made it to this point in the game. It seems as though right now only about 10% of the player base has made it this far and unlocked this area based on Steam achievements. So 10% of the Steam player base. Okay, I'm just gonna blitz past these guys a little bit. Yeah, that's worthless. Last time, only one of them pulled out a crossbow. I'm gonna assume we're kind of in the same boat on that. I think the one with the mace is right on my tail. I think we jump down in here. The black wet blade. Okay. That's going to be allowing us to do a couple fancy things. Liar ahead, therefore no horse ahead. Nothing there. That can fade out. Something incredible ahead. Alright. We've got stone sword keys. What is this? Are you a person to chat with? No, you're not. Woo! Yeah, it's one of the Nox swordsmen. Fought one in Celia. Mimic tier ashes. Okay. That's probably really good for people who care about ashes. I'm just glad none of these mimics have realized that they can be a chest. Ascending here? Looks like it. I don't like the looks of that giant stone ball. Just, excuse me a sec. Whoa! I have no understanding of like how that happened or worked, so I'm gonna check out where the last firelight is before I keep going. Ooh. It's the case where it's like, okay, it was telegraphed enough for me to understand that something was gonna happen with that little ball, but no idea what, really. Oh wait, they're all lit. I got them all. I thought I was missing two, but I was not. 5 hefty beast bones, that's pretty cool. And here we have the Hollow Horn grounds with another one of these creatures. Patterns. So I don't remember much about the last time I fought one of these guys, except that it wasn't that bad a fight. It wasn't like this huge problem. Regal Ancestor Spirit, no horse allowed. Huh? Just kind of fell over to move the other part of the arena. Wait, there are other creatures in here? Sort of. But there are other creatures in here. A lot of them. So that's a pretty simple 3-attack combo. He's going to do that thing. please sit still and long enough for me to hit you? Yeah, he's gonna one-shot us. Okay, so I need to see if I can sneak some hits in between a few things that he's doing. Let's see. How do we want to adjust here? Most of my attacks are going to be aerial, so I could try using... I don't think that's important. I'm going to try using the Bloodhound's Fang. See how much damage we can come out with. Guy's being a bit flighty. I'm gonna have to commit a little harder, I think, to get my damage, get my licks in. Seriously? Okay, it's good that I was able to commit on that and not eat it hard. He doesn't have a ton of health. He's gonna take a good bit of precision and patience. Okay. I need to be dodging forward through those instead of to the side. If I'm dodging side to side, I have to keep dodging. If I dodge forward through, I'll get an opening instead. With the damage we're dealing, we don't need to be doing this for too long. I think around the time we're getting a bleed proc, this fight will be close to over. It's possible I could also use Grease, Exalted Flesh, or both to speed it up better. Oh, right. Wondrous Physic. Yeah, if a creature's gonna teleport, you let him have it. So almost every creature still has its hitbox when it performs a teleportation escape. It's like a FromSoft rule. That dodge was early, but we're okay. Almost died to take an unimportant drink for a bit there. I don't know what that is. It refilled its health. It absorbed the spirits of the other creatures that are here to heal. That's interesting. I'm assuming it can only do that once or maybe twice. Okay, so we can get in a good 3 hits on a teleport. Did it just show up angrier? Okay, no, it was just glowing for a bit on... Oh no, it's angrier. Solid hits. Let's see. This is definitely the last thing we'll have time for today. Let's see if we can get a win. That's new. We'll let it do that. That's fine. I don't want to accidentally step in goo and freaking die. It's got more animals around. It might slurp the animals again. Yeah, I didn't roll forward in quite enough. All right, we'll get back to this next time. I might have some time later tonight. Otherwise, it'll just be next morning. This has been Jupiter Exile. Thank you for wandering with me. Hope you have a good day. Let's close on out of here.